Hello Libra, welcome to your September 2025 reading. My name is NiJiLL and you have found alchemy. Okay, these were repulled from your fall 2025 reading. I don't know if you watched it or not, but we cover 3 months and we do the overarching energy for your entire fall. And for what it is, it's a pretty short reading. So I invite you to listen to it. I will summarize these. And the meaning of these center cards are going to be nowhere near as detailed as it was in that reading, but I just want to do that for those of you who either forgot the reading or perhaps don't want to watch it before you watch this one. Okay, so let's get started. Let me get my glasses. Great. Let's see. Okay. So like all my readings, the larger cards, meaning these and these, I only take in the upright, but we take note of them when they come in reverse. And this particular card in your full reading came in reverse, and this is the Eight of Swords. And although in most decks there's astrological correspondences, in this particular deck, this particular card is only represented by air. So there you go. And as you can see, it is the traditional sort of being surrounded by swords. You're free to take off the blindfold, free to really cut yourself loose, choosing not to type energy, right? Now, because this came in reverse, I'm wondering if you're waffling between these two feelings, right? So this is the feeling of being trapped, feeling like there's no way out, feeling like you have no choice but to stick it out. And we know that it's not really a reality. It's sort of a perception. And there is this in the fall reading, it struck me as an old feeling, something that you have been sort of keeping with you for a very long time. It's sort of a comfort zone, but your comfort zone might be getting uncomfortable, right? It might just be where you're trying to stretch out in this comfort zone and it's just not giving you the space that it did before. Maybe you're growing. Point is, you're waffling. This came in reverse. Now, either you're waffling from feeling like it's too restrictive to feeling like it's fine, or you come into the month feeling okay about it, and as the month wears on, it's starting to, the hold on you is starting to get tighter and tighter. Now, you have the world coming in, right? And like we said, that is Jupiter energy. It's fixed energy, right? So I think that there is an exchange, right? There is an exchange on offer. The universe is offering you an exchange. Do you want to stay in your comfort zone where it's safe, or would you like the world? You do have here the Queen of Swords. Now, the Queen of Swords is normally Saturn in Libra, but in this deck, it is Aquarius. You see all the stars, right? It's Saturn in Aquarius. And you kind of ignore the female/male things that are going on in these cards, right? So you have the Queen of Swords, Saturn in Aquarius. She has wisdom. You're gaining wisdom as the month wears on. You're being loyal to yourself, which is really important. You're becoming very balanced in your approach to things, which is very Libran, but also it is very Queen of Swords, right? You do have here the Four of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles is, and it's in reverse, Saturn in Capricorn. And we know when the Four of Pentacles comes in reverse, there is a release, right? You're releasing something. And I really think it is that Eight of Swords energy that you're releasing, that feeling of being trapped, that feeling of having no choices, right? And you go straight into, I love this, the King of Wands and the flow, right? So you have the King of Wands, which is Sun in Leo, and we know that is a very dynamic person you're stepping into a power position. You're taking decisive action, and therefore something is now flowing, right? Where something may have been doing this, hitting a wall, you're opening the floodgates and it's able to flow. And I do think that that will bring the stability that you're looking for ultimately, but it's making those decisions to do it that may be tough for some of you out there. When we add this up and we break it down, we get Venus energy, which is yeah, I mean, it's your love life, but it's also your money. And so it could go either way, depending on which Libra I'm talking to, right? If this is a love situation, there may be a situation you feel trapped in, right? There may be a situation with a partnership at work that you feel trapped in. There may be a mindset that you feel trapped in, but I think there's a release going on here. And let's look at your month. You have Jupiter. And, Jupiter is the ruler of Sagittarius, right? So you have Jupiter is also the planet of luck, expansion. What did I say? You're expanding. You may be growing too big for the space you have provided for yourself, the space that was very comfortable for you before, right? And also Jupiter will be in Gemini for the month of September. And Libra, that activates your ninth house. It brings opportunities for higher education, long distance travel, spiritual growth. Professional growth is on the table, and communication is key. So keep that under your hat here. You do have Inkpot and Eagle. And the Eagle gives you the triumphs over the troubles that you need. The Eagle spirit is the Eagle spirit is a scorpion animal. Okay, and you do have Inkpot, and it says problems to be resolved. Yes, definitely. You will overcome these things, but you need to resolve them, and you need to make a choice that they're worth resolving, right? And that, listen, if you put the energy into this and you choose to resolve the situation, it'll be resolved. If you don't make that decision, then this month will not be the month you resolve it. It's just as simple as that. You do have gym on the table, right? And it says strength, endurance. Yep. So yes, you could be joining a gym. You could be spending more time at the gym. This could be an indication of that. But I do think that for many of you, it's symbolic, and it's sort of like very, yeah, it's very symbolic, meaning you're getting stronger. There is something that may have been perceived as a weakness, either by you or someone else, and you are becoming stronger. You're becoming more decisive, I should say, right? And that's your prediction here. You do have here fertility, right? What are you growing? There's something inside you growing, right? What did I say? And I'll say it again. The space that you have provided for yourself up until now always served you, but it's becoming too small. What happens when a baby grows inside a person, right? The space gets smaller and smaller and smaller for that baby until the baby must be born, right? But that space served that child well, right? It nourished that child as it was growing. And here, this is abundance, right? Lemons are a sign of wealth, at least traditionally, but it is a sign of abundance. So your space is becoming limited. You're being asked to grow into and accept the world, because the world is on offer here. And the choices you make here, especially with Jupiter, I mean, the choices you make here are just going to be everything. You have Hedgehog, and it says trust. It says this is a reminder that even if you feel that others do not understand or get what you're doing, it's no excuse to curl up and hide. Sure, you may need a little bit of space right now, but the world needs your gifts. Let's look at this card for more than it is at face value. Space, the world, on the table once more. Okay, you have Rainbow. And there is hope here in this situation, right? There's going to be rainbows come after a storm. So there may be a storm of sorts in your head. There may be some conflict going on, which is quite normal. You do have money manager. Your finances are on the table, definitely. So you have finances, you have wealth, you have abundance, and these are the things, you have strength. These are the things that could pay off for you here, Libra, because you are at ground zero. You have 00 here, and it says, I am observant. Angels ask for your attention. Open your eyes, listen, and think about everything that is happening. Trust your intuition and follow their guidance without any delay. Focus inward through meditation and prayer. So basically, you're being asked to be observant. Study your environment. Study what needs to be cut out. Study what needs to be brought in. Study what space you need to sort of abandon in lieu of another space. And look, you have the Destroyer. Destroyer is coming in right side up, and that is number 23 in this deck. And that breaks down to a number 5, and the number 5 is Mercury based. And what did we say? Communication is everything. It's very key this month. So you have the Destroyer. And the destroyer is the unexpected, right? People in general, some people in some situations have an aversion to endings, right? Especially, it sort of goes with this. Hanging on to permanence, hanging on to structure, hanging on to what's always helped, what's always worked, it's a signifier of success in some people's eyes, right? But it's limiting, and it's ultimately incorrect. It is not a signifier of success. Swift and precise blows come from the destroyer, but it redirects our life. There is something that the spirit is asking you to tear away from, to destroy in lieu of something else. Okay? Straighten this up. Okay, so let's get started. Your month is broken up into thirds. These legs can come in order, or they can come out of order. It's going to be different for each Libra. You do have 2 pages. I mean, right off the bat, right? You have these 2 pages, but on your first leg, you do have the Page of Cups, Mercury and Pisces energy. And now 2 pages can denote, especially with Cups and Pentacles, can denote a beginning in both emotional and the practical material worlds, right? But for the Page of Cups here, you have a new world is on offer. A new world is on offer. It could be something creative, or it could be something heartfelt in the realm of love. It's something new that you're considering. You're considering something new. Let's look at this. Look at this more carefully. So you have the 2, so you have the 2 of Cups coming in reverse. And yes, it could mean a breaking apart of a partnership. It could be a love situation for some of you that doesn't serve you, that holds you back, that isn't good for you. This partnership could also be a partnership that you had at work, right? Your partnership with a company, your partnership with a job, your partnership with a person at work. But there is something that the universe is asking you to destroy and let go of, because you have the 8 of Cups coming in reverse, right? The 8 of Cups, okay, is Saturn and Pisces. It's trying to figure out whether to stay or to go. I mean, I do think you're ambivalent. You go back and forth here. You could tell in both of these groups, right? And you have here the Emperor. Look at this. The Emperor is the ultimate, right? It's a step above this King of Wands, but it's along the same lines, right? You have fire. And look, you have 2 groups of cups upside down, putting that fire out potentially. I think you're starting to see it. You're starting to see that you can't grow past a certain point in a certain situation. You have the Emperor energy waiting for you. It's a power dynamic that has to be released. Okay? You do have cycles here, and this is the cards down here are the undertones, and what's going on the undertones is a cycle. And the cycle, when we add this up and we break it down, we get the moon, right, which is Cancer energy. The cycles of the moon, right? Time to look at the cycles. What is the moon cycle? It creates a pull. You're being pulled, okay? You're being pulled in a direction, a new direction. Okay, interesting energy. And you know what I just realized? We forgot to do this. So I'm going to do this now before we go on to your next leg. You have the eye ruin, right? And the eye ruin denotes a yes. It's a yes answer to something, okay? And it also represents planet X, which is a hypothetical planet. So there is something hypothetically in the realm of possibility for you. And that's why, because there's no real guarantee here, you're like, I don't know. What should I do, right? Yeah, and it's also representative by whoever's sign I'm reading for. So this is a Libran. This is the sign of Libra that's on the table. You also have R and K. Now, someone's initials, a restaurant, a street name, an airport, a city. You only chose 2. So it's somehow this is going to be important for you here, Libra, for sure. So your second leg is, you have the King of Swords, and all of these 3 came in the upright. You have the King of Swords, which is Sun in Aquarius energy. He is a very sensible, and he could be a she, a very sensible king, balanced, logical. His decision-making ability is on point. He is holding a sword. He's holding the sword of truth. He's holding the sword of clarity, and he's making his decisions from there. First card up. I mean, listen, because you step into this, you step into this energy. You have the Nine of Pentacles coming after. The Nine of Pentacles is Venus and Virgo energy, financial independence, reaching a milestone, abundance. Listen, if this is a love situation, I'm just saying that you need to release. When you release this love situation, you're going to become abundant in another area. Likewise, if this Two of Cups energy is you and your partnership with a job or a career or a goal or a person at work, likewise, same thing. When you make this clear and concise decision, once you gain this clarity, you're going to be much better for it because you have the Two of Pentacles and you may find yourself juggling more than one opinion, right? This is going to end. Right? You have the Seven of Wands, and the Two of Pentacles, by the way, is Jupiter and Capricorn. And the Seven of Wands here in reverse, right? It is Mars and Leo energy. No more struggle, no more upholding something, right? Things will start to get easier. Things will start to get easier after this. And here, the undertone here is help from above. So whether you believe in God or not, it could be your angels, it could be God, it could be the law of attraction, it could be dumb luck, it could be your higher power, whatever it is you believe in, you're getting help from outside yourself. And I like that for you. There is hope here, and I think you're going to start to feel it on this leg. When we add this up and we break it down, we get the number 9, which is Mars energy. And it's definitely assertive energy. It's fire energy. It's that King of Wands. It is that Emperor. It is fire, fire, fire mixed with that air. It's beautiful energy for getting crap done. You also have 3 number 9s here, which is you're this close to ending something and starting something else. Let's see. You have the Page of Pentacles coming in your last leg, Mercury in Taurus energy. A new idea that this could be something that you only, all right, let me see if I could do this with the next card here. I'll get back to this. The next card here is the 6 of Wands, and this is Jupiter and Leo, right? And it's in reverse. This may be a new idea or a new vision that only you recognize. You see it, and you see it for what it is, and you're probably the only one that sees it. And it's very, very, it is very, very, it's something that's really good. It's really good for your future. It's really polished, but people can't see it the way you can. And in some way that's luck. You have here the 9 of Cups coming in sideways, and you know my sideways cards are decisions. So you're going to have to make a decision about this here, Libra, Jupiter and Pisces energy. This is the wish card. You're going to have to decide upon something. You're getting a wish here, but do you perceive it that way? Do you act on this? Or do you not? These pages represent newness, right? And this destroyer represents breaking out of old ideas and patterns. And here you have the Queen of Swords, which is a counterpart to the King, right? Saturn and Libra energy. The Queen of Swords coming out again. That balanced. There is you're going to have a shot at something brand new. Now, this could be a relationship, or this could be a new career, a new job, a new something brand new, something that you see as your counterpart. You see it as a puzzle piece that fits perfectly with you. You do have here, the undertone here is to say what you mean. And we're going right back to the beginning of the reading when I said communication is key. Communicate what you mean, say what you mean, especially on this leg when you see this unfolding. When we add this up and we break it down, we get Venus energy again. Your love life, your money. You get 2 number 9s again. You're this close. This close. Here in your challenges, right? You have the Lovers. Gemini energy. Once again, We know the Lovers can mean an actual relationship. So you have the Two of Cups in reverse. You have the Lovers in your challenge position. Also, alternatively, the Lovers can be a decision, right? So you're being challenged with a decision. It could be a decision about a relationship, could be a decision about a job. There is a decision here, and that's going to dictate what happens next. You have the Eight of Wands coming in the upright here, right? And the Eight of Wands is Mercury and Sagittarius energy. Moving on, moving upward will be a challenge, but only for part of the month. You do have the Knight of Cups. And look, the Knight of Cups, the challenge here. Do you see him just spilling out that cup? You see it, right? This is in reverse. But what did I say about the beginning of this? Like, over here, you have cups putting the fire out. Somebody's trying to put your fire out. Or it could be a situation that has just seen its time already and is putting the new fire out that you need to burn, to keep going, to go straight. When we add this up and we break it down, we get Mercury again, right? Gemini, Virgo energy. Say what you mean. Say what you mean here, Libra. Here at the bottom, let's see. Here at the bottom, you have the Three of Wands coming in sideways. Now, this is your opportunities column, right? So you have the opportunity for a manifestation here. This is my card of manifestation. It is Sun in Aries. So you have a choice. What did I say way at the beginning? You have a choice. You're either going to do this or you're not, right? And you do have the Ace of Cups as an opportunity. The ultimate cup card. The ultimate happiness, honestly. Happiness, fulfillment. A brand new opportunity, something you're going to love, something you may already love. You do have here the King of Cups. He's holding that cup in his hand. You go from the King of Swords to the King of Cups. Beautiful energy. This is Sun and Scorpio. This king is holding the cup. You go from holding a sword and getting to the truth to holding a cup. And being content, being fulfilled, being filled once again. This is an opportunity. It's not a guarantee. You have to make the right decisions for yourself. When we add that up and we break it down, we get Uranus energy, Aquarius. Unexpected change is on the table here. So let's look at your numbers. When we add all the numbers up in this reading and we break them down, we get the number 8, which is Saturn energy. And Saturn is the Lord of karma, right? You get what you give. What you put into this is what you're going to get out of it. It's not going to be easy. The number that came out the most was number 9, which is that Emperor energy, right? It's that Mars energy, that assertive, confident energy, which is what you need to exude here for sure. The signs that came out the most, neck and neck, Libra and Taurus, which is Venus, right? Love and money, maybe both. You have the sign, the planet that came out the most was Venus. So as far as signs go, we have Capricorn, Cancer, Libra, Leo, Taurus, Virgo, Pisces, Sagittarius, Gemini, Aquarius, Scorpio, and Aries. Our totals, we have Saturn, the Lord of karma and hard work. We have Mars, assertiveness, confidence, almost aggression, aggressive like clawing. You have Venus times 2. You're going to love what the outcome of this. You're going to break free of something and destroy something that's just not for you anymore. If you handle this energy the right way, by the end of September, you're going to be in a really, really good place. Don't forget, in September, your birthday reading is coming out, and that's going to be 3 blessings coming just for Libra between 2025 and 2026. I will see you next month. Namaste.